Welcome everyone to V8 Online's live coverage of Race of Champions 4, proudly presented by Direct Clutch Motorsport, supporting the Cancer Council of Australia. Jay Kennedy and Stephen Sandman Clark bringing you all the action of Race 3, Race of Champions 4, and our first attempt at an oval in Race of Champions. G'day, Sandman.
Good evening, Mr. Kennedy, and good evening everyone who's sitting back, kicking back and enjoying the broadcast. Hope you got a nice, comfortable seat. We're in for some ripping race, and like you said, the first of the ovals coming up for effectively Race 3.
Yeah, first time ever to attempt Race of Champions race at an oval, and the brains behind it all, the craziness of it all, Chris Tarrant. Awesome job with this this combination you've picked tonight, mate.
Cheers, yeah, thanks guys. Welcome everyone. Hopefully tonight's racing will certainly be some good fun. I know the ovals is first to the Rock Series, so touch wood, clean racing, green the whole way, plenty of slipstreaming, plenty of passing, and ultimately some good racing.
Yeah, I think that's the aim of it. Yeah, sorry, Sam.
Sorry, mate. I was going to say it's a nice little element. You know, it's different to throw in a bit of an oval race in there. I know there's a couple of us that are pretty excited in the commentary box about an oval race, and a couple of nervous souls out there as well. But it's a nice little mix-up.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm one of the nervous souls. It's been on the plans for a little bit to put an oval in the series. We've had rovals, roads, you name it, small tracks, big tracks. So tonight we'll see how we go with the race. Pretty confident. It's a good car, good track. Be good.
It's pretty easy oval too, Homestead. It's nice and wide, so we should see a lot of passing. I think down the back straight for the first time we might see 5, 6, 7, 8 wide.
Yeah, definitely a wide track. Did a little bit offline testing. Flat out the whole way. Like I said, plenty of slipstreaming, plenty of bump drafting, a lot of teams, a lot of guys will be grouping up, I'd say, a lot of teamwork from certain people. So I think it'll be important to find someone for the duration, hang on to them, and go for the win.
Well, good luck. I'll go Sam, man. You've got one last question. Yeah,
sorry, mate. I was just going to say, yeah, big. Hats off to yourself and everyone involved for Race of Champions. It's a great it's great fun, but it's also been for a great cause for this season. And just want to say a big congratulations, mate. Job well done.
Thanks, Sam, man. Yeah, definitely. It's been a lot of work. I guess firstly, I really got to thank the V8 Online team, yourself, Jay, Daniel, especially Seb. Great effort from everyone involved in the V8 Online team. There's been a lot of work done, especially from Seb. So the skins, I guess everyone noticed the skins we're running for this Race of Champions. Matthew Barron, Squizzer, has done a really top job on doing the skins. It makes the event that little bit more special. So certainly hats off to Squizzer. I think looking at the skins, it's plain to see that he's now one of the best iRacing painters there are. I mean, there was no complaints, no whinging when he got given the task. He just dug in and got it done, so really impressive stuff. Simon from OSR, he set up all the servers for us. Stuart Wood, he's been involved as well. Good mate Stuart helped out with combinations, etc. And then on top of that, and I ramble with the donations on the page, up to the $3,300 mark. Really impressed by not only the iRacing community, the drivers and people involved in iRacing, but there's a lot of donations from outside that as well. $3,300 is just a huge effort. I had a lot of PMs and emails from people. I was very surprised that, I think you're looking at this grid, I'd say everyone's been affected by cancer in some way. Some of the heartfelt stories people shared with me, it's been good, been a good experience. It's $3,300. Been involved, been Vicky from the Cancer Council up to date, and she's been keep in touch with us as well, and she's been very impressed, especially with not only the amount but the way we've achieved it, and in the short amount of time we've achieved that gold mark. I guess you could say so. Very struggling at the moment, but yeah, really impressed. It's been fun.
Awesome job, mate. We're all very, very proud of what you've done and very impressed, and keep up the good work. We love what you've done for us.
Yes, guys, yeah, fingers crossed be some happy campers in the race. I know the crowd had a lot of PMs today. The driver's side of things, yeah, they were struggling a little bit with things, but as far as the crowd's concerned, the people watching it, yeah, they absolutely loved it. So I certainly prefer to keep the crowd happy than the drivers, so it worked out well.
Good job, mate. We'll talk to you after.
No worries.
So we have a couple of extra names that are joining in the session tonight. Richard Hampstead coming for tonight's racing, plain white car. But definitely the racing tonight's something that I know you and myself looking forward to, Sam, and we're a bit of oval fans ourselves, so I think we both wish we were out there.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, big fan of ovals, and I think it's probably not a bad combo actually. I don't know too many people that probably had a crack at the Ford GT around, especially Homestead. But you know, drafting's going to play a big part in this race, and I reckon we're in for an absolute ripper.
I was a little disappointed on the schedule that I didn't see Laguna Seca V8 Supercar, but then I remember that was next week, so that's next Monday night. Yeah, Ford GT, I have got the car, but I hadn't driven it a lot. But I must say, when I was doing some laps in it earlier in the week, when I found out this car track combo, I actually really loved it. It's nice and easy to drive, it's flat out, and the draft that you get from other cars is actually quite big. So we're going to see a lot of passing in this race, and the cars can actually handle a bit of a bump and a little bit of door-to-door contact, not too much, but just enough that we're going to see a little bit of bumping and pushing and shoving, which will be good fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And even in practice at the moment, we've been seeing, you know, people teaming up, just using a bit of the bump drafting, sort of NASCAR Daytona Talladega style. So yeah, we're we're going to be we're in for a heck of a show, I reckon.
Yeah, we'll definitely see a lot of bump drafting in this race. You see from Hampstead, they're bumping Shane Van Gisbergen down the straight and actually move both those guys up in the timing sheets. Oh, and Madison down now, he's getting spun, and there's what we're going to see in the race. There's going to be 40 cars behind them trying to avoid it.
I was going to say, there's a sign of things to come.
Now there will be full course yellows, so they will be thrown throughout the race. It'll be a 45 lap race, no compulsory pit stops, and just looking at the way that practice is going, we could see 44 laps under yellow. I hope not, but we'll see. At the moment, the man to beat is Anton De Pasquale in this session, currently P1, but Shane Van Gisbergen once again showing why he's currently leading Race of Champions. Anton must have known the cameras are on him.
I was just going to say, you've put the Mozza on him already.
Oh, it's only practice. And of course, this track's not unfamiliar to Race of Champions. This is actually the third time we've been to Homestead Miami in Race of Champions. We were here last season for Racing the Legends, and the season before we were here as well. I can't remember the car that we were in, but this is the third time.
Yeah, certainly a bit of a favourite with a lot of people. You know, so we've used it for the oval, or used it for road course. It's it's a good racetrack, and I tell you what, I can't wait for this race. And there's so many spins and accidents here in practice already, but it's going to be an absolute ripper. I'm excited to see how these guys go about using the draft, because that's going to be a huge key, I think.
Yeah, I think you'll see a lot of teams start to work together. And one thing we haven't mentioned yet, qualifying, which isn't far away, we one lap, they're out on track by themselves, so we won't actually be able to bring you pictures of qualifying, but we'll bring you the numbers as they happen. So, something different that the guys won't be able to be out there with other cars and use that draft.
Yeah, that's not all a bad thing either in qualifying. It certainly puts everyone on a level playing field, and yeah, and like we talk about, Race of Champions is famous for its it's sort of mixing up. Big wreck back there, sort of off turn number 2, huge wreck. But yeah, Race of Champions is famous for qualifying not always what we seem to think it's going to be. So you never know what sort of curveball could be thrown at us after the qualifying session.
Yep, definitely. I can't see too much happening, but the late race, which will be the Star Mazda at Brands Hatch, so a track that we know very well, Brands Hatch, and a car that's fairly high downforce, not overly powered. It's a fair bit of power, but not something you'd expect when you look at the car. You expect to see a lot of power because it's got that IndyCar look to it, but it's not as powered as you think. So, and that'll definitely bring out a pretty good race for the late race tonight.
So we've just gone halfway. Getting some reports. I think a couple of people feeling a little bit sick after looking at that gyro cam vision inside Brad Ryan's car.
Yeah, it's a bit like a roller coaster. You just strap yourself in and you go, oh, hang on, there's a bit of motion sickness. And if you actually have a really big crash and roll it quite a few times, you actually need to find the spew bag. So it's good fun. We'll be using that throughout our coverage tonight and for the next few weeks as well. But yeah, Gyrocam's really good addition, something quite simple, but as we were talking about last night, we've had it in MotoGP for a while and that was been fantastic. Not quite as good use in NASCAR as they've wanted, but I'm sure that'll improve. But the iRacing version is very, very fun.
I think one of the things that they're trying to, I've been reading maybe one of the reports that they're trying to figure a little bug as far as the NASCAR Sprint Cup coverage is the absolute G-forces that these cars or the NASCARs generate in the banks. It's sort of affecting the stability of gyro. So you get away with it on MotoGP. They've really sussed it and got it down pat when they lean those bikes right over. But I don't think it'll be too long before they really get on top of it for the Sprint Cup series.
Maybe the guy that's actually using the joystick might start doing it properly. I'm joking. I'll get hate mail again.
That's Jay Kennedy at V8 Online.
Thanks, mate. Please send your emails to Sandman. They've got 7 minutes to go in this session. Sorry, 8 minutes to go in this session. No, 7 minutes to go. I can't even count. There's a big clock on the screen and I can't even read, but it says 7 minutes to go.
You're too excited, mate.
No, I am. I love oval racing. So many people think it's boring to race, but it's fantastic to actually race a really, really good quality oval race against a good field of drivers. I know you agree with that, and I know Seb in the commentary box here, he enjoys it as well. So I think anyone that says oval racing's bad, they're not going to find people that agree here.
That's right. It's certainly a different art form as far, a lot of people say, oh, how hard is it? You go and turn left, get on the throttle. It's a lot difficult than it looks.
Yeah, I was actually one of those before I started having a go at oval racing, but I've definitely changed my tune on my beliefs on oval racing over the last 2 years since I've been trying to do well doing them in iRacing. Shane Van Gisbergen now currently P1, Muggleton in second with a bit of news announced about him. He's moving to the Tats.com team, taking over the seat left by Mitchell McLeod.
Yeah, pretty exciting times at TTR and Tats.com. Obviously Muggo's a huge sign. His pace this season, or the season just gone I should say, has been tremendous. And he said he's got his work cut out for him to slide into Mitch's spot, but he's awfully excited, and I know everyone at Tats.com is pretty chuffed having him on board.
Yeah, we already mentioned last night that Mitchell McLeod started his own new team, 4 Motorsports. So, a bit of a change over there, but Mitch, of course, one of the founding members of the Tats.com racing team when they started, it's been 18 months ago now, I believe, with Scott Uren. Scott now living in the UK, so doesn't quite find time to jump on and race with us Aussies anymore.
Yeah, sure, we won't take it to heart. We'll just go with the time zone difference, eh?
No, it's that he doesn't like us anymore. Yeah, he's a busy man out on track at the moment. Daniel Bryant, how you loving this, mate?
Oh, this is awesome. That 5-way battle until Mitch decided to get involved and take out the bag was awesome. But yeah, it's great.
Car high. I'll just say that for you, mate. Car high.
No, I'm getting used to this.
You're 3 wide on the bottom.
All this practice I've been doing, it's been like in massive packs. I was riding with Justin in there before until Mitchell had to come along and ruin my fun. But yeah, it's awesome fun. The inside, you can kind of do it for a few laps, but if you stay in there, it's just really bumpy and you lose it. That's where most of the guys are spinning. But you can still maintain your speed on the high line, so it's going to keep the battle nice and close. It's going to be an awesome race to watch. And the GT, you can put it into the side of a car and it doesn't really do too much damage, so it's good fun. You're missing out, Jay, you're missing out.
Oh, actually, very jealous. Very jealous.
I haven't had a chance to drive these, Daniel. What is it like? Are you pretty much full throttle all the way around here?
Yeah, full throttle. You need to, once you're in a draft, like it really sucks straight in. And if you're smart, you'll lift or you'll try and push out into the high line. But you can bump draft in these and whatnot, so you can really push them around. And yeah, you can get into the side of another car, and it's they just take a beating, which is absolutely awesome. But you've got so much grip for the first few, and if you scrub your tyres, they tend to get a little bit loose. So it could be interesting come mid-race.
Will you be doing a pit stop? Will you be doing a pit stop?
The only pit stop I'll be doing is if I end up on my roof, thanks to Mrs.
Have you found a drafting buddy yet, mate?
I've just been trying to find packs. That's all I've been doing. I thought the best thing for me, because it's private qualifying, is going to be just to find a pack and just run with them, just so I can see what it's like running with like 5 or 6 other cars all at once. But yeah, I know other guys are just trying to get fast times in. I know Corey and Lewis are out there trying to crack records already. So I don't know how well they're going.
No, they're not doing very well at all.
Okay, well I might need to tell them to speed it up a bit. But yeah, Reese is enjoying it, but he's complaining about a lot of understeer when he after a few laps. But yeah, it's good fun. You guys. You would love this. You could probably commentate and do this at the same time. Like,
I would love to.
This is
click
awesome.
the join button now.
Yeah. The only issue is abusive language. Probably won't be tolerated so well.
Yeah.
So if there's children and you do decide to do that, I'd be putting them to bed right about now.
He's already gone, so he can't hear me.
Oh, good.
And Sandman's safe. He's out in the man cave. He's been banned from the house after last week. Woke up too many neighbours and all the children in the house, so he's been kicked outside.
Yeah. Did you get yelled at, Sandman, and get told to put them all back to bed? You woke them up, man. You put them back to bed.
Watch out for the car outside. That's all I'm going to say right now, Daniel.
Yeah, I've got a whole angry... I survived. I survived that. That's what I'm talking about. Here's side line. It just snaps you sideways. And if you're lucky enough, you get out of it clean. But too bad for the people behind me. Sorry, everyone behind.
He starts it, and everyone else wrecks.
And now he's just pushed on and found another pack. We'll let you go, Daniel. Have fun. We'll talk to you after the race. Oh, no, you're around.
Taking care of me.
Yeah, Shane just took care of you. He saw what you did. Good luck, mate. Have fun in quali.
No worries. Enjoy, guys.
See you, mate. Lucky those things are built Ford tough, eh?
Oh, that was good. Couldn't have planned that any better. Oh, now Muggleton moves to P1 in the session. Shane Van Gisbergen's find himself in the grandstand, hanging off the fence. It's all happening. Christian Elwood's found his way up in the third. We're getting help with Tom Cruise post. We're getting everything. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh, every single cliche from every racing movie I think will get thrown out in this race. Checkered flags now out. Oh, we can settle a little bit, Sam. We've got a couple of minutes that we can get a breather.
Yeah. So like we touched on, 5-minute qualifying. It's only a one-lapper, and due to the nature of qualifying, unfortunately we're not going to be able to get any pictures, but we've told Jay to keep it all up to date with the times, and I think oh mate, I can't wait for this race. I don't care about qualifying, just get into it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. We have got an onboard shot. We've been lucky enough, so we've got Muggo's on board. They might ride with Muggo for this lap. He did finish that session P1, so we'll see if we can run with him.
So his fastest time in practice was a 32.527. Now don't forget that's probably had a lot to do with the draft, so you will probably see these times drop off a little bit.
Yeah, I reckon we'll see about 34. I reckon will be a good time. So you got one lap at it.
people who may be new to oval track racing, that, like I said, these things you're pretty much full throttle all the way around, and you pretty much want to try and hold that steering wheel. You don't want to jerk it around too much in the turns, because that will just cause friction and you'll just scrub off your speed there. So these guys will try and keep a nice steady line all the way through the bank.
I think Muggo's been doing a bit of oval racing by the look of that line. He's run only out to the middle. A lot of road races have run really, really wide at the exit of turn 2. He's put it in the middle, 33.3.
P1 so far.
P1. Nathan Britton, P2. He's another guy that does a lot of oval racing. Dylan Carroll in P3. Richard Hampstead 4th. Lewis Dottermead, who's now back to 6th. Chris Tarrant into 5th. We've got the current top 10 on screen at the moment. So Muggleton, Britton, Carroll, Hampstead, Tarrant, Leitz, Dottermead, Cox, Hartley and Rothberg at this stage. Shane Van Gisbergen's just going out on track to post his lap now. He's waited right until the end of this 5-minute session to do that. Guess he knows his target now. Let's listen to this Ford GT. We'll do a lap with Shane Van Gisbergen around Homestead, Miami.
All over in a flash, puts him P3.
Good lap. Blows it up at the end. Interesting looking at the times. A couple of guys a little bit further down than I'd expect. Madison Down P17, Justin Ruggier 18th, Scott McLaughlin 13th. But all in all, someone that we wouldn't have expected up the front, Nathan Britton P2. Great job by Brito.
There's so many unknowns with this race. You know, qualifying's obviously pretty important. You want to be up the front and, you know, fingers crossed, get away from. I think we're pretty much in store for some carnage, but you want to try and miss that, and the safest place to be is up front. And well, in that case, you just know whether qualifying results are going to stay the same.
Like everyone's done their, done their lap. The only person we might not be sure of, Marlon McMullen, who's about to cross the line, but he's done a 47, so he's happy to start last, hoping it's reverse grid. That might be it. Clayton Brooks might be the last driver to actually post a lap. He might not make it into the session in time.
I was going to say, there's only 30 seconds left in this session, so...
Michael Fabian as well hasn't done a lap. Yes, he has, sorry. 37th he will start. So 20 seconds to go. I don't think anyone else will be out on track to post a lap time. So that's the time done. And everyone has posted their lap time. So that's the end of the session. We'll run through the grid as it stands right now. Muggleton P1, then Nathan Britton, great job in P2, Van Gisbergen 3rd, Dylan Carroll 4th, Richard Hampstead 5th, Chris Tarrant, Rob Leet, Lewis Dottermead, Troy Cox, Rob Hartley, Mitch Abril, Ben Rothberg, Christian Elwood, Scott McLaughlin, James McKnight, Matthew Nethercote, Madison Down, Justin Ruggier, Matthew Hill, John Latham, Chris Osborne, Brad Ryan, Anton De Pasquale, Daniel Bryant, Guy Leach, Dave Hingston, Mitch McLeod, Sean Kelly, Reece Gardner, Clayton Brooks, Craig Spark, Damien Butler, Simon Black, John O'Barry, Corey Henger, Marty Atkins, Michael Fabian, Chris Green, Marlon McMullen and Stuart Wood. 40 guys who posted a lap time. Oh, sorry, and Terry Nightingale, one more over the page. Well, we'll be back in a couple of minutes for the actual race, race 3 of Race of Champions, live from Homestead Miami Speedway, obviously in Miami. You're watching V8s Online's live coverage of Race of Champions.
Josh Muggleton taking the win at Homestead Miami Speedway in the Legends. Richard Hampstead and Madison Down for 23.